And the plot of the film is in relation to Anna and her family, her immediate family. She is someone who is really much finding her feet as a person, a younger person who is really much on a path which is going to wake up to something much larger than her immediate circle, something that's going to bring her close to someone she very much feels close to, but will find along that journey of trying to relate to him and the relationship that they're going to build together, that there is a lot more that she has to take into consideration when she does that. She involves her younger brother and sister and her friend into a scenario which they should never really be brought into, and she will find that she's going to take the blame for it all. She feels guilty and will grow from that experience, and it's going to be something which will change her life forever, and she will never be the same person again after that experience. And so therefore it's something I felt was very important that we could give that an exploration very much true to life as possible, that we could bring out new sides to characters that we haven't seen before, show them in a light which is not very commonplace, but also something that people can still relate to. That was a challenge in itself, but to bring across the different aspects of society, mix them together and see what we come up with, and I think it worked very, very well. And the actors were wonderful. Couldn't ask for a better cast. I think they outshone themselves time and time again. It's hard work working with them all, because some of them were experienced, some were great, they've done a lot of things before. But I think it was a great learning curve for everybody in the cast, and in particular for those that have never ever done anything like this before. And I think they even proved their worth up against those that are the most experienced, and they all did well, very, very well, and I'm absolutely pleased with what we got out of them. And they just worked wonderfully alongside the crew, and it just felt like one big happy family. It's hard times, but we got through it. 52 scenes in like 8 days was an incredible achievement, and I'm just proud of every one of them. And thank you all. Okay. My crew ranged from people in similar sort of scales as well. Some of them were very, very experienced and had worked in the industry for many years. We tended to put a lot of those kind of people in key positions as guiding lights to help show the way for those who had very little or hardly any experience at all. And there were others, of course, with varying different degrees of experience in working in film, television, video, things like that. And we tried to make a happy medium where each were helping each other, and even those who were the most seasoned or experienced were finding they also learnt something from the whole experience as well of doing the production. And I think, you know, we really pushed everybody to the limit that we really could at this stage. I think and feel that we just pulled together so well that we managed to achieve so much in such a short time that I'm very proud of everyone again. Key moments, there was many. One in particular was the hospital scene with Olivia, where it was a magic moment which was absolutely a dream to capture. We saw it build, and it came naturally so well, and when the tears rolled down the cheeks, that just made it for everyone. There came a deathly hush almost when that happened, and I think it's like something that's going to really reach home to a lot of people that see the film. And that's one that particularly stands out in my mind, but there are many, and I hope people see them for themselves too. Problems that we overcome were probably time, I think, to do as much as we could to achieve the film that we wanted to achieve. There were compromises that had to be made, unfortunately, but that's just the nature of the beast. It's something that you have to accommodate and expect. You can't plan for everything, but they do come out, apparently. You know, sometimes it feels like there's a lot going against you, but it just seemed all the way through that this was a project that was meant to be, and that also, you know, definitely someone or something looking after us, watching over us, and it just seemed there were so many times like someone lost a member of the family, a very integral person to the crew. That was very unfortunate, and we all feel for him when that happened. And there were other things that just came, you know, like things going missing, and which were integral to continuity of the film. And those things just seem to jump out at you, but we just seem to overcome them. We're all pulled together at the right moments, and we just managed to get it all done. It was incredible, and that just made it very, very special to all of us, I think. And I hope it will be something that we'll all take with us, that will definitely be able to look on in the future and find that it was worthwhile doing, because we'll all learn something from it. I've always felt that it's very important to have an awareness that is integral to yourself, but also something that relates to society and the world as a whole. It's something that is always going to be personal, but it's never going to be the same also for everyone, because there are circumstances or situations that they're in, whether family, friends, or those close to you have influenced you of. It always has to come from inside your own personal view about drugs. Mine has been somewhat mixed. I've had people that are very steadfast and would not have anything to do with it close to me. Others have been much more lenient or, you know, affluent in those areas. My own personal experience has been, you know, a certain amount of involvement and experience of witnessing things as well. And a lot of these scenarios that we've incorporated into this film do come from personal reflection and witnessing and experiencing directly. I've seen a lot of these things that are very, very true come through this film, and we've tried to portray this project as true to life as we could without being distinctly or specifically relating to anything that we've experienced ourselves. But it's taken on a much more universal view, which we hope will relate very closely to people in the audience, not just in the UK but around the world, because we feel it has a very close relationship to everybody and can really take it home. And that was one of the key things I wanted to bring out through this film, and that you can always find something that you can take with you or relate to something that you know, or someone that you know. Yes, I always felt so, and that's something I wanted to achieve very much. The vision for this film was very integral to being something that's close to the heart, and especially through the eyes of Anna, who experiences a lot of different perspectives in relation to what happens in the storyline. She goes through a very big change, turmoil and traumas and things which are going to rip her apart literally from the inside out, and it wakes her up to something which she felt was one thing in the beginning of the film, totally wakes her up to something different, and by the end of it she grows and becomes almost a completely different person. And I felt that's very true to a lot of people that have gone through similar situations and scenarios in real life that I've come to know, and I felt that was very important to do in our film, so that we could keep it to a level where people can take almost to a point where, hey, this feels like it's me or someone I know very close to me, and therefore I hope then that this will be able to help in any way that they can, to have their own realisation that there are people out there that have shared similar things too, and that they're not on their own, and that we understand and also want to help that in our way by letting them have their own realisation that they can choose. I think there's things that we explore in this film that will probably very definitely relate to younger children's point of view, because it's apparent in society today in the UK and in many other countries that drugs are coming in easy contact, easy reach of younger children more and more, and so it was very important that we had a young cast as well, from the age of 10 upwards, that are relating into and portraying things which they come into contact with on a daily level. It's not just in scenarios like we've created in our story, in areas of society which are out of their normal parameters or experience. it also comes very close to home, like at schools, you know, just playing with friends, older friends of theirs may have at their own homes, they might smoke or something like that, and they can come into contact very easily by just like running into their brother or sister's bedroom and finding something, say, hey, what's this? Another kid might say, hey, I know what it is, let's try it for ourselves, and before you know it, something goes wrong. So I felt it's very important that we try to show something that, you know, hey, this can happen to younger children, not just older teenagers, and it can so easily get mixed between the two, and it's something that we feel was very important to bring out. Okay, this is relating to everybody who's worked with us today and right throughout till the end of the shoot from the beginning. I'd like to say thank you very much to all of you. You've done a wonderful job. I think you've been absolute diamonds. You've been wonderful to everybody that we've worked with collectively and individually, and I thank you from my heart and from my colleagues. You know who you are, you've done it, you've got us here. It's the last day of our shoot, we've finished, and we open that champagne bottle.